Welcome, everyone. Welcome to purplelunarose, tarot, and astrology. And tonight I'm going to be reading for all the zodiac signs. I am going to be reading by the elements. So we're going to do the fire signs, the water signs, the earth signs, and the air signs. I am starting to recover from whatever cold illness was trying to grab a hold of me. So I thought this would be a little bit easier to get through all the signs this week, is by doing them by the elements. Guys, please remember we are multi-streaming, so we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. Your biggest cosmic influence this week is going to be the first quarter moon. And this first quarter moon is going to be on September 29th, and it is going to be in the sign of Capricorn. Mars is in Scorpio as well this week, and I do feel that that's also going to be bringing some intense energy. And we did talk about those energies on Tuesday night. So if you guys missed that live, you can find all of that astrology information over on my YouTube channel under the live tab. Please forgive me, ladies. I was running just a few minutes late. My apologies. I'm sure you guys can hear Carson in the background. But yeah. Okay, so my intention tonight is not to rush through them because I'm not going to be breaking them down. I'm going to do them collective. So fire signs is going to be for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, of course. I am trying to save my voice, so I don't want to make them too lengthy either. All right, how's sound, ladies? Everything okay? Other than I was so late. I'm gonna start out Sacred Traveler. Jenna, welcome. Diana, welcome. See everyone. Sweet. Everything looks good. Twitch is working as well. Awesome. I love it when it works good. I hope that I have this streaming YouTube thing situation figured out. Guys, we had a shorts takeoff this morning over on my YouTube channel. So if you guys watched it and hit that thumbs up button, thank you. I feel like every time the subscribers catch it early, that's what helps it catch the short shelf. Does that make sense? All right. Clarkson's out there living his best life, guys. All right, let's get started with fire signs. I'm going to timestamp. Let's do 3:30. And remember, I am looking at Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And I want to talk to you a little bit about why I decided to do it by the elements. I mean, other than I'm sick and I don't feel good, and it definitely is going to help save my voice and my throat, right? Something that Spirit has had me working on is my birth chart, but not necessarily the stuff I already knew. Now I'm learning how to work with the elements in my birth chart. So have you guys ever noticed that when you get your birth chart, some signs are like bigger than other signs, or you have more of that energy, or sometimes they overlap houses? Have you ever noticed that? And I feel like that's why Spirit is having me focus on the elements, because what I'm learning about my own birth chart is, like how much fire sign or fire energy is in my chart instead of just how much Aries is in my chart, right? So it's not that the zodiac isn't important, the constellations, of course it is. That's where everything lies, right? Like where it was all placed at. But I think the amount of energy in each element is going to be what makes us our individual selves. That's why one, Pisces sun might not be as, the same, have the same characteristics as another Pisces sun, for example, right? I just think we're going to get more into it. All right, Aries, energy of the week. I am looking at September 28th through October 4th. So we have passion and pleasure, savor your life. This is Diana's camping card. You remember Diana? One time Diana was taking a camping trip and I pulled this card for her and I was like, you're going to spend a lot of time with family. You want to make sure to be really present. Make sure that you're not stressing about like what's to come or what's already happened, that you're just really enjoying the moment. So if you're Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire sign energy, I feel like it's very possible you're going to be spending time with family. And you can look on your own chart as well to see like where these, areas lie in your birth chart. So for example, even though Aries is my 10th house career, I'm going to be, my sun sign is also Aries, right? I'm going to be spending this weekend with my son. And I'm going to be traveling to central and eastern Kentucky to do some stuff with his wedding planning, right? And so I'm going to be taking video. I'm going to be visiting Elizabethtown, I'll just tell you. I'm really excited about it because it's one of my favorite places. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie, Elizabethtown. But it's one of my favorites. But I'm going to be visiting there, and I'm going to be taking some video because I'm going to be using that video for shorts, right? That I, put for my YouTube channel and TikTok and whatnot. So it makes sense, Aries still being my 10th house, which is career. Even though I'm going to be spending time with, my family and being very present, I am going to use that time and energy and effort to expand, right? To use for future projects and whatnot, right? So that makes sense. So passion and pleasure coming out, savor your life is very much an energy of be present, be present. All right, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's look at challenge or obstacle. So we have the walking away card coming out. The walking away card says that you're having to leave your comfort zone. Most likely that's why it's in the challenge or obstacle. All right, lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. We have man holding a coin. So whatever you're having to leave behind or wherever you're headed, I feel like this is saying that there's value, there's worth to that situation. It's going to be worth it, whatever it is. All right, let's look at the outcome for the fire signs. We have the thinking woman coming out. It's number 47. On the bottom, we have all tied up. So I do feel like fire signs is a very busy week, September 28th through October 4th. There's a lot going on. It's very possible that you're going to be alchemizing something. In other words, taking something that's challenging or new, some type of different place, location, experience, and turning it into something bigger, better. All right, let's clarify a little bit. All right, let's start with passion and pleasure. Savor your life. We have the death card coming out right away, strongly. Scorpio energy, right out the gate. But this is ending. It's death and transformation. It's death and rebirth. It's a closure to an old chapter and the beginning of a new chapter. Maybe even a whole new story, a whole new book. because there's a lot of change coming with that walking away card, and it's almost like um, it's giving me that energy of change, and we don't like change. So it's like when something is coming, even though it may be good for us, there's this hesitancy to actually go towards it. And that's what I'm getting with the walking away card in your challenges or obstacle. I see the Nine of Swords. So Nine of Swords is stress, anxiety, and I got that energy like it's going to be really important that you are in the present moment, that you're not worried about something that's already happened or something that's going to happen. And then we have the Nine of Cups. So I think it's this energy of being worried about not getting something that you want. I see the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is patience. I totally have that feeling like when you wake up late and you miss the bus, and then your day is just like off the rest of the time. All right, I'm going to look at walking away. So confirmation here with the Nine of Wands. I said that I feel like it's change. You're having to do something that's different. Um, it's not that it's bad change. It's just that we're used to being in our comfort zone, even if the comfort zone isn't necessarily comfortable, right? So Nine of Wands is like you're having to walk away from something you've been doing for a very long time. The Six of Pentacles is here. Six of Pentacles could have something to do with helping people or helping someone. And the Fool card is here. I feel I get this energy here about like this is the fire signs choosing themselves. Strong Aries coming out with the Fool card. Uh-oh, he's mad. Carson, my grandson Carson, was born on the Leo new moon. Leo new moon last year. He just had his first birthday. And it's funny because you know how I always talk about how notice the people's like zodiac signs that are around you. Like if you have a lot of Scorpios around you, I feel like that happens when you're going through dark night of the soul, spiritual awakening. You'll notice a bunch of Scorpios around, and it is because you're going through that transformation. If you notice a lot of Capricorns, it's because it's like time to get to work, time to become dedicated or committed to whatever situation. Now I'm noticing a lot of Leos. Leos are star of the show, center stage type of energy. All right, so Ace of Wands comes out for man holding a coin. Man holding a coin is going to help you with the challenge or obstacle. And the challenge or obstacle is for the fire signs, you're having to do something different. You're having to start completely new. The Fool is like clean slate, blank page type of energy. I think this has something to do with choosing yourself, probably for the first time. I'm probably talking to fire signs that are doer of others, right? For others. I don't want to necessarily say people pleasing, but there definitely could have been some of that. The Ace of Swords coming out for a man holding a coin is giving me like clarity, understanding, aha moment even. Knight of Cups comes out as well, and the Emperor. So more confirmation. Clarity when it comes to pouring into your own cup. When it comes to putting yourself first. Aries coming out strongly in this reading. Five of Wands on the bottom tells me I feel like it's been hard for the fire signs to. That's pretty interesting because I mean Aries especially is normally a very selfish, a very put themselves first type of sign. But for some reason, it's like the fire signs have been choosing to put others first or do for others or worried about maybe what others would think, that type of energy, especially with that Ace of Swords. But it's like you're taking power back, taking control back in that situation, maybe even going somewhere with the walking away card. Where your thoughts or words or energy is valued. All right, the thinking woman, I feel like it's this aha moment, like you figure something out. We have the moon coming out, Cancer energy, Pisces energy, Queen of Swords, and the Strength card, Leo energy, Eight of Wands on the bottom. So the moon, again, illusions, something hidden. Queen of Swords is like you cut through something. The Strength card, I am using regular Rider-Waite, so she's having to, you see her hand going into the lion's mouth, and that is that energy of like really having to dig deep to face something, some type of fear. So here's what I'm getting. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel like it's very possible that Spirit's asking you to passion and pleasure this week. Like take time to be present, focus on you. I do feel like you have big changes coming your way. I think those changes have something to do with investing in yourself. There is this energy of putting yourself center stage in front of others, and it feels very uncomfortable for some reason. It's like the fire signs have been doing for others, or maybe concerned about what others' beliefs or thoughts might be. All right, here's some guidance, magical times. We have the happiness card, so big confirmation that Spirit's asking you to focus on you. The happiness card says, immense delight can be found in the smallest of things. Cultivate fluttering moments of joy. I also see the destiny card. Acknowledge your mission. Align with your purpose. You have gifts to share with the world. So a big calling out by Spirit there for the fire signs. All right, Moonology to close it out, just like normal. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer, personal issue. So again, more confirmation. This is only about you. The answers you need are coming. It's full moon in Gemini. And last one, you are good enough. It's full moon in Virgo. We just had those two Virgo new moons. So I do feel like the fire signs have transitioned, went like leaving the old in the past is leaving the people pleasing and the sacrificing of self, is what's being left behind, right? And I think that those two Virgo moons at eclipse season definitely could have pointed that out to the fire signs. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? There we go. All right, so I know it's a little bit different, but what did you guys think? Collective fire sign reading. I think for those that are really comfortable with their charts, it's probably a lot easier that way. Sweet. Thank you, Jenna. I feel like I sound more congested today than I did yesterday, but I am not. Like I can breathe more clear. I slept. I feel like I hadn't been sleeping very good, and I finally got some good solid rest. I didn't go to the doctor, and I feel like I don't know. I'm questioning it now. Like normally, I just tough it out, especially when you don't have insurance, right? You just tough it out. Um, but I don't know. There's something about the lingering that's bothering me. I feel like the cooties kind of went around though. Everybody got it, and everybody was talking about how it lasted like a week. I feel like the worst of it only lasted like a day. It's just a lingering um, that's driving me crazy. Oh, it's mad. It's very vocal. All right. Water signs. My friend Alicia has had a hoarse voice and said it doesn't hurt, but it feels strange to speak. Yes, that right there, 100%. That's why I was hoping to keep this, keep a minimal, and then it wouldn't be so long. I don't know. I don't like change either, so I'll probably go back and forth a couple of times between, you know, the elements and all 12 signs. Winter's coming, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the winter schedule. All right, water signs 2434, and it's going to be for September 28th through October 4th. I do feel like that first quarter moon is going to be in Capricorn is going to be very impactful for all of us collectively. But Mars in Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio is probably the energy that we're all feeling the most. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Ooh. All right, 2 cards flew out. Answering the call, the time is now, and wondrous universe, walk in beauty. Surrendering to the journey, release control. I feel like the story is pretty clear, right? Pretty easy. So water signs, this is definitely going to be about purpose, maybe even travel and adventure, of course. The release control, surrender to the journey is giving me a 6 of Swords. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you're being guided by spirit. Spirit showing you like the calmer way. The funny part is, and I'm not sure if this is going to be the case, but it's just a thought that popped into my head just now, is that a lot of times when we move into peace in our lives, we don't know how to handle it and we get bored. You guys know what I mean? Like when we finally find peace, like when we remove all of the toxicity from our lives, when we purify, and this is all part of your spiritual awakening process. It's all part of like what's happening, right? And I think what's funny is a lot of times things will be happening to us during our spiritual awakening, and we don't even realize that it's happening. Um, we're mad. We're like, oh my gosh, why did I lose that job? Or, why did I lose this friend? Or, all these things. And of course, we learn later, the toxicity, right, behind it, right? And as God, like, purifies and purges all of this stuff out of our lives, we move more into peace. And peace is so, we're not used to it. We don't know it. We're not comfortable with it. It's so abnormal, right, to most of us. Most of us are used to the chaotic water, right? Most of us are used to the choppy waters. Most of us are used to the rat race of life, right? The chaos. I used to have this shirt that said, um, I think it said chaos supervisor or something like that, right? And it's because that's what we're used to. That's what we've known, most of our lives. And as we go through our awakening and we go through the purification, we start to get bored. We start to get bored. All right, let's do challenge or obstacle. Look at that. Storm warning flies out. It's number 10. Number 33, door to romance. Number 45, man holding a heart. Door to spirit is on the bottom. It's so powerful. I don't know why I'm surprised. It's the water signs all together. So normally Cancer is a very emotional reading for me. Scorpio is always like sometimes it makes me nervous, Scorpio readings. Pisces is normally more about, Pisces is my 9th house, so for me it's normally more about like higher learning, spiritual awakening, that type of stuff. To do the water signs collectively like this all together it's like a firework going off, you know what I mean? It's like an explosion. The energy is powerful, and it's very powerful cards out of the energy oracle, and it's all spiritual. It's all, this is your purpose, this is what you're being called to do at this time. And I know it looks like there's something about love over here. But this is the lovers, right? This is that Gemini energy. This is that unconditional love. This is that you gain something by becoming something. Does that make sense? The message, door to spirit, is the veil is being moved so that spirit can get a message to you. The message is the calling. The message is this is your purpose. The message is you've been doing all of this stuff for all of these years, for however long you've been having your spiritual awakening, for this moment right now. Yeah, that's huge. All right, so storm warning in your challenge or obstacle. I felt it when I turned the card over. I felt like you're bored. I felt like things are stagnant. I felt like you are finding peace in your life and maybe not comfortable or not sure how to handle it. I think that this was all building up to this week. Maybe you were wondering like why you had so much time to, I don't know, maybe some of you were resting or taking naps or you had downtime of some sort, and you didn't know like why it was lasting so long, or why it was whatever. It's like it was purposeful. It was purposeful because now the storm comes in. Now the wind picks up. Now the action kicks in. And now all the stuff that you've been doing and learning and integrating, it's like now it's like a test. It's like now you're going to use it. All right. So I know Door to Romance, it's number 33. It's in your lesson learned. Um, it's all about that heart in that cage. So the heart in the cage talks about um, you have your heart locked away, and there's an opportunity. The card represents that there is an opportunity here for love, and you need to unlock the cage. You need to be open to receive. And I know that it looks all lovey-dovey, especially with man holding a heart here coming right out with it as well. But the reason I know that that's not the case is because man holding a heart in the energy oracle talks about this person that is like the perfect person, right? He has like the perfect hair and the perfect body, and he's the perfect attitude, and he's funny and social and exciting and calm and spiritual and energetic and loving and smart and all these things, right? Like, doesn't that sound like the perfect person? But the whole point of the card is that you don't attain this. You don't get to like go find somebody that has all these qualities and then you take them for yourself. Like, that's not how it works. You become those qualities that you want to find in someone else or in others, and that's the purpose of the card. We saw door to spirit on the bottom of the deck, so the whole point is that spirit's trying to get you the message. The message is the time is now. The message is that whatever, I almost made a statement like, look at the state of the world. Everything's kind of going to heck right now, right? So now would be a good time to start integrating what you've learned about unconditional love and how to treat others, and spiritual awakening and enlightenment and all of those things, right? So it's like now is not the time to hoard all that information. It's not the time to hide. It's not the time to keep things to yourself, right? It's the time to show others who you've become through this process, through this journey. All right, answering the call. The time is now. Some of you could be getting like some type of phone call. It's wondrous universe, so it's like something exciting, magical, unexpected, that type of like an actual phone call. You have the Seven of Wands coming out. We have the Nine of Cups coming out, and we have the Magician. Bottom of the deck is Temperance. My nose is itching. The Seven of Wands is throwing me off because it's like you are fighting something back or holding something back. It's almost like you're scared of something, but this call that's coming in is something you wanted, and maybe even something that you manifested. The Magician is going to be, excuse me, Virgo energy. It's Mercury. Mercury is moving into Libra. It's about peaceful communication. So yeah, water signs. I feel like you're getting an actual phone call. And I mean, if it's like your purpose, that's still an actual call. Like you'll hear spirit, ring, ring. um, but it's something that you've wanted, desired, been trying to call in. I feel like you feel surprised that it's here. It's caught you off guard. Natalie, welcome. All right, let's look at storm warning. So we have the Hermit, more Virgo. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands. There's some imposter syndrome here. You feel like you're not ready. You could still be going through something a little dark yourself. Spirit is guiding you and showing you the way. Queen of Wands is about having confidence, but it is the card that we all know represents imposter syndrome. I feel like you're at some level or some position where when this call comes in, you're not sure if you can handle it. You're not sure if you can go wherever you're being called to go. You're not sure if you can go towards what or who you're being called to go towards. Door of Romance, I just got done saying it's not about love or relationship. Two of Cups comes out. It's the partnership card. Thank you. Judgment comes out. This is your calling. I promise you this looks like love. And this definitely could be like twin flame. Everybody wants to make twin flame fantasy, romance, and it's not. It's purpose. It's purpose. Two of Cups, partnership, equal effort. Judgment is hearing your calling, strong Scorpio energy. And the Strength card coming back out, Leo energy. You want to hide. It's easier to hide. It's easier to hide than it is to do what you're being called to do. And what you're being called to do is work with someone's healing I definitely see all the medical, all the flag, all the something about healing, health. It's like Spirit saying if you put your part in, it's like all you have to do is put your part in. Find the strength to answer the call. All right, man holding a heart is the outcome. We have King of Wands. We have a match, King and Queen of Wands. We have Three of Wands coming out. Fire signs coming out pretty strong in this water reading. And Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Wands on the bottom. Again, this is not about someone else. Ready? So King of Wands is having someone who's very confident in themselves. Three of Wands is action towards your future. Knight of Pentacles is doing the work. Spirit's saying be confident. You don't need to have this imposter syndrome when this storm comes in. Be confident that you've taken the proper steps, the proper action, that you've done the hard work that's needed to be able to answer this call. What a beautiful, beautiful reading. Knight of Wands is on the bottom. Be passionate, but not reckless. Be excited, but not reckless. Something about quick and concise action. All right, here's some guidance for the water signs. We have the energy card. Life force is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within. Pretty interesting, especially since we had that 33 with the heart locked in the cage. And we're doing this by elements. It's all about the energy, which is also pretty important. Clarity is on the bottom. Banish the fog of illusion. Open your eyes to the truth. Remember the perfection of who you are. That's coming out strongly with that pair of King and Queen of Wands. It's like Spirit's asking you to, the kings are authoritative, powerful leaders. They take quick and concise action. All right, Moonology to close it out for the water signs. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Your dreams need a practical plan is on the bottom. I'm definitely getting this confidence energy in this reading for the water signs. You went through a lot of healing. I feel like it's a lot of spiritual healing. I think that Spirit is like calling you up now. I think you're being called up by whatever this tower moment is in your life. And I think that Spirit is asking you to be confident enough to take powerful, there's something about the concise, powerful action, but it can't be random. You have to be very confident in what it is that you're doing. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. Hope that was helpful. Yes, guys, make sure to hit that thumbs up button for me. All right, so we have fire signs and water signs down. We need to do earth signs and air signs. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn next. Ooh, big yawns for the earth signs. All right, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's timestamp. Let's do 46:53. This is going to be for September 28th through October 4th. So I am doing them collectively. Water signs. I think we're the best one yet. So let's see what happens for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Do have first quarter moon in Capricorn on the 29th. That moon is going to help everyone get in line. It helps you focus on commitment. All right, energy of the week. We have faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. On the bottom, we have mystic healer. Healing energy flows through you. I'm getting this energy of travel. The boat on the water is sticking out to me. All right, challenge or obstacle. I'm using the energy oracle. The journey card comes out, so I do feel like there's some type of traveling, moving. Lesson learned, we have the sixth chakra coming out. Outcome, we have woman holding a coin coming out. Door to value is on the bottom. There's something very lucrative about the earth signs reading. I'm not sure. I feel like you're going to have to travel. I think that it's going to take a little bit more than you had anticipated. Like you don't see something coming, but it definitely has the potential for great value. Something about the black cat is definitely sticking out as well. All right, let's start with faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information. It's almost like the fire signs, water signs, the reading was really easy, came out pretty quickly. For some reason, the earth sign is, it's almost like, um, I'm not sure. It's almost like it's not quite set in stone. Um, Something like this. Like it could change or move at any time. All right, so big confirmation with the world card. So the world card, again, opportunities. It could say that an old cycle needs to close in order for a new cycle to begin. And I think that's what it is. And that's why it feels like it's not quite set in stone. The Eight of Wands is here, quick information and sudden changes. And Queen of Wands, again, something about lacking confidence, like being able to sit on the throne, understanding that you have power in some type of situation, that you're capable of doing something. Again, with the black cat is sticking out. All right, let's look at that journey card. I think what's closing out is an old way of doing something so that you can do whatever this is a different way, and you can make this change very quickly. It's like you have to stop doing something an old way in order to be able to go this other direction. The journey card, temperance, comes out. It's healing energy. It's very slow moving Sagittarius energy. The strength card comes out. It's Leo energy. Again, having to dig deep internal strength. And Four of Swords comes out, healing. I think I'm talking to Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Again, this is giving stagnant energy. Not stagnant as, I shouldn't have used that word. It's giving slow moving energy. In other words, like you've had a lot of downtime. I feel like this was coming out for the water signs as well. Like there's been a lot of downtime, a lot of calmness, and it's like now something is about to pick up very quickly. The challenge or obstacle is that you've done got used to this being like you time. You done got used to this being healing. You done got used to this being something that maybe you thought you wanted as well. So it's like now there's something about having to get out of your comfort zone. But again, all right, the sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron, it just tells me that you didn't see this coming. Knight of Swords comes out. It could have something to do with like a breakup. Knight of Swords is freedom, liberation. You're free to go do whatever it is that you want to do. Knight of Swords. Now we have Nine of Swords. That's anxiety, overthinking. I think it's overthinking. And Two of Pentacles comes out. Two of Pentacles is feeling like you're being stretched or pulled in too many directions. You're not sure how to get your footing. Yeah, I feel like something just picks up really quickly for you, and you had just gotten comfortable with something, the slowness of something, the healing of something, and it's like now it's time to get back up and get moving again. All right, woman holding a coin is going to be the outcome. We have the Chariot. The Chariot is Cancer energy. It says that the victory is already yours. So there is definitely some victory on the horizon here. It does say that it's okay to move quickly. Ace of Swords comes out. Another victory. You can see the crown on top of the sword. It's about clarity. It's giving like aha moment, like you figure something out. And then the Two of Cups comes out. Partnership, equal effort. And I think it's more about the equal effort. Six of Wands is on the bottom. Yet another victory for the earth sign. So the victories are huge here. I do feel like it's going to be a challenging week because it's like, it's almost like for the earth signs, you got used to something, and that had already, like that already was challenging because you had to leave your comfort zone to get used to this thing, and it's like now suddenly you have to do it again. but it definitely seems worth it, right? Winning, absolutely. I mean, you started out with the World card, Temperance, Strength, the Chariot, so many major arcanas, all the victory cards. Definitely a winning situation. All right, confidence comes out. Be bold, rise up, stand tall, and feel the fire in your soul. The strength card is here. You have courage. You can endure. Find your center and spiral into your power. It's almost like you're nervous to do something. The Nine of Wands, like you're nervous to have this freedom or whatever it is. And it's like, you shouldn't be nervous. This is something like all the major arcanas. This is something that this is like mastery, right? What do you need to release? The waning moon comes out. Step out of your comfort zone. It's the North Node, big confirmation. I'm going to leave it right there for the earth signs. I hope that was helpful. I'm definitely starting to feel it. But we only have the air signs left. And it, like I said, it doesn't really hurt. It's just like straining, like Diana said. Divine timing, welcome. I just seen Eight of Cups. I feel like I rushed through the earth signs, but I don't know, it came out so easy. A lot of wins. All right, I'm almost done. Last one, air signs. So we're looking at Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Ooh, let's do an even 1 hour. All right, guys, here we go. So this is September 28th through October 4th. First quarter moon in Capricorn coming on the 29th. Mars in Scorpio, I feel is going to be the most impactful, the most powerful cosmic influence we'll be feeling. It's very transformative action. Transformative action, Mars and Scorpio. All right, so let's see how that plays out for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Energy of the week, we have valiant courage, take action with passion, big confirmation. I love it. Discovering truth, you stand in the light of truth is on the bottom. All right, challenge or obstacle. I'm going to use the energy oracle. We have magician and the mirror. This is that energy where spirit's asking us to use our magic, use our powers, work with the energy. It's in our challenges or obstacles because Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you're worried about how others perceive you, how others see you, reputation, what others might say. All right, lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. We have angel of strength. And then outcome, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have all tied up. On the bottom, we have cornucopia. It's number 11. Cornucopia is about getting all the things that you want. There's potential here, but there's definitely this obstacle with magician in the mirror being in your challenges or obstacles. It's definitely not a card that you want in that position. So valiant courage, take action with passion. It gives strong Knight of Wands energy. There's something about performing. All right, valiant courage, take action with passion. We have King of Pentacles. It's about responsibility, stepping up to the plate. Queen of Swords and Seven of Swords. There's something here about leveling up. It has something to do with your words, how you speak, how you communicate with others, what you communicate with others about. Magician and the mirror, challenge or obstacles. We have Ace of Swords, communication, clarity, victory, understanding. Eight of Pentacles, work, dedication, commitment. Eight of Swords, self-restriction, limiting yourself. Telling yourself you can't do something. This could have something to do with a work situation. Angel of Strength is lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle. It's definitely the strength card. It does say in the energy oracle that when you see this card, that angels are being sent to you to bring you divine strength, inner strength. We have Ten of Swords in order to close out something that's been painful, something that's been going on for too long. The moon is here again, could have something to do with fear, illumination. Something is being illuminated, shown to you. And Eight of Cups, it's having to walk away, leave something behind. It's also possible like you're too close to something, you're too involved. Maybe you feel you've come too far to, I just heard that phrase, you've come too far to turn around now. That's actually it's one of my message cards. All right, all tied up is this card that talks about being so busy that you don't have time to worry about something or focus on something. We have the Tower coming out. We have the Fool card coming out. I was wondering where all the major arcanas were. Look, they all come out together for the outcome. And we have the Magician as above, so below. The Hanged Man on the bottom. All the major arcana is coming out at the end all together. So it's like Spirit steps in a very powerful way. All right, so here's what I'm getting for the air signs. I think that you're trying to hold on to something and you're going through a period where Spirit's asking you to level up in some way. It is going to be time to leave things that are finished or stagnant behind in order for you to take whatever leap of faith Spirit's asking you to take. I feel like it's Spirit asking because of all the major arcanas at the end. It's almost like you held on to something. So Spirit has to give you this Tower moment. You held on to something and tried not to pay attention to all the different signs that you were receiving. All the swords is like all the different signs that you were receiving throughout this whole thing. And it's like now this Tower moment comes in and you have no choice but start anew. I think the reason that you haven't done it on your own and you need Spirit to step in such a powerful way is because you have this fear that if you make a move, you could lose something. And I feel like Spirit's going to show you this week, September 28th through October 4th. There's this energy again, as above, so below, but it's giving me this energy of almost like I said so because I said so. It's almost like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You're either denying source or your lack of faith in source is being illuminated this week, right? It's being shown to you this week. And with all the major arcanas coming out, it's this energy of you know what this is giving me? I feel like I said this recently. It's giving me someone who has been really worried about something, scared about something, stressed about something. And the whole time, God's been right there. And it's like God's saying, like, why are you scared this time? Did I not help you the last time? So there's something about lack of faith here. Scared to level up, scared to make a move, scared to bring some type of closure to something. And I mean, I guess if this was me and it's like Spirit waits to the last minute to step in, I get it. I understand. But I get this energy like this isn't the first time. And there definitely could be energy of divine timing. Like when Spirit says. It could also be this energy of spirit has been saying, and you've been putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. So it's like, bam, spirit steps in. Partnership. Learn to grow with others, overcome obstacles by working together, touch each other's hearts while life lasts. Manifestation. Your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and belief are your power. Sometimes when I'm reading these cards, the words will, like neon sign, right? Desire and belief are your power. There's definitely something here about your faith, the strength in your faith. And I feel like this isn't the first time. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it's like you're lacking faith in something that Spirit has already done for you once before. Why do you feel like it wouldn't happen again? I just want to say it's happening again. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini, and look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Take time to breathe out is on the bottom. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for bearing with me this week in my sickly voice, right? But we made it. We made it through 3 lives. We did get Twin Flame October energy out as well, guys. I posted that yesterday. So if you guys missed that, you can go and find that over on my YouTube channel. I do have next week already posted as well. We're going to look at the October transits on the 30th. That's going to be Tuesday. And then we'll look at the zodiac again on Thursday. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing any music and tarot this weekend. I want to. I need to. But I'm actually going to go on a little bit that road trip that I was telling you about at the beginning of the live. I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to be visiting Elizabethtown and then Eastern Kentucky this weekend. I'm going to take lots of video and lots of pictures so I can use it, of course, to make shorts, right, and videos for the channel. But yeah, if you guys are new, make sure that you've hit the notification bell to all, just in case I do pop on and decide to do a live while I'm out and about this weekend, right? Okay. Thank you everyone for coming in and hanging out with me, moderator ladies, for timestamps. I appreciate you guys so much. I know it was a little different tonight, but I had to do it this way so that we could get through them as quickly as we did. Look at that, an hour and 13 minutes. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, ladies. I love y'all. I'm always, always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.